So you all are welcome that we are just talking about the water. So water, the first important things comes that a water day we are celebrating as the 22nd March. I have given you the activity regarding that. All of you calculate the consumption of water every day in your house. Okay. So this is the activity, students, I have given you. I hope that you have done this also. Even I have given you that make a poster. Another activity I have given you regarding that make a poster. So make a poster on water conservation, right? So this is also the one very important things. And one more activity that you make the list in cooking how much water required in washing of cloth and other activity how much water required. So this also the one activity, students, you have to do. Next point we have discussed that what are the sources of water. So you have already given answers regarding this. Okay. In summer, how much water is coming? In winters, how much water is coming? And what the facing a problem. So whenever I talk about what problem we face acute shortage of water, cuttings of paper you collect on water shortage. Okay. So these are the some basic things which we have to calculate, you know. So water is a natural resource, students, right? Whenever we talk about so water is a natural resource that is vital for both the plants and animals, as we have discussed. And three form of the water. The water freezes, then it becomes ice. And the temperature of that time, it is the 0 degree centigrade. 0 to 100 the water is again remain in the liquid form, and the water change into the steam after the 100 degrees centigrade. So that is the three form of the water, students. One is ice, means that is the solid state. Second is water, that is the liquid state. And the third one is the water vapor, that is the gaseous state. Okay. This is water cycle as we have discussed earlier. Continuous circulation of the water in the nature, that is called water cycle. Sunlight comes and just fall on that oceans, where oceans evaporate the water and goes and condense and form the cloud. Again the cloud is just going to be condensed and forming that again rain. So this is the complete, even from the mountain, from the snow, from the evaporation by the plants, okay, waterfall, that everything is comes under the water cycle. So students, you write down the evaporation, the conversation about the liquid to vapor. So liquid to vapor, that is called evaporation. The method through that the liquid is converted into the vapor by the sunlight and by the heat, that is called evaporation. Okay, so this is the evaporation. Second is condensation. So condensation is the conversation about the vapor to liquid. Vapor to liquid, that is called condensation. This is the third point which comes, that is the precipitation. Okay. So whenever we talk about the precipitation, the falling down of water. So the falling down of the water from the cloud, that is called precipitation. Okay. And the transpiration means that a loss of water. Okay. Loss of water through water vapor, that is called transpiration. I hope that it is clear to you all. The conversion of the liquid to the vapor, that is called evaporation. And whenever we talk, am I audible, students? Am I audible? Hello? Ayush Yadav? Okay. Ayush? So that is the Ayush. So students, here I am just talking about this thing, transpiration. Here see, the uses of water can be broadly divided. So next point comes uses of water. Now tell me, students, what are the uses of water? What are the uses of water? Anyone give me the answer? The uses of water. Okay, I am telling you. Agriculture, construction. Thank you, Aditya Singh. Aditya Singh given me the answer. Agriculture, construction, industrial. So students, in the every field we are using a different type of percentage. Like in agriculture we are using a 70% of water, and industrial we are using the 22% of water, and the 8% water we are using in the domestic use, students. So the use of the water can be broadly divided into the agriculture, domestic and the industrial use. Yeah, definitely. Yes, some students also given me that answers. That was the really appreciable. Devajit Yaduvamshi, we use the water to do our day-to-day activities like bathing, washing and drinking. You are really, that is the domestic use, my dear Devajit. Thank you so much for such a great response you have given. So students, agriculture use. I want to tell you what are the agricultural use. So whenever I talk about that, agricultural use. So students, whenever I talk about agricultural use of water, agriculture use of water, basically we are using for irrigation, for irrigating the field. Method is through canals, pipelines and drip irrigation. So students, that nearly 60% of Indian population depends on the agriculture, and nearby that 90% of all water for the irrigation. So this is the irrigation. Irrigation means where we are just doing the production of crops. So students, the wheat, pulses or the vegetables or the fruits, these all are comes agricultural work, and agriculture is also divided into the many farming and the horticultures or many things. Okay. So percentage of the water varies in the different living organism. It is not a fixed. Tree is having the 40%, trees are having 60%, tomato is having 90% water, and elephant is having the 80% water. So this is the basically percentage of water varies in the different living organism, students. You see in the trees is also water, tomato is also water, and the elephant is also water. So why this water is very important for us life? So water is used. If I talk about the water use in the domestic use, so domestic uses of water. So you know students, in the domestic use, whenever we are talking about, that is the cooking, that is bathing, that is cleaning, and that is drinking. Okay, there are so many use: cooking, bathing, cleaning, drinking. And the source of this water, all living things needs a water. Thank you Aditya Singh. Brushing, okay, cleaning is coming. Water is supplied by the municipal corporation of the from well. Okay, so this is the bore well. Every house is having the boring, submersible. From there we are just getting the water. So this is the supply of the water. You have seen the big tanks nearby your house, and from there the water is just going to be supplied in the all area, right? All area the water is going to be supplied, and we are just taking the benefit of this water in every house. So next point comes, student, that is the industrial use. Industrial use. So whenever we talk about the industrial use, we use as a raw material, we use as a solvent, because in the factory we are just adding the color or anything. So, we use as a coolant. Okay, so we are just making a cold of this thing, or we use for making electricity. So, this is the industrial use, students. We use as a raw material, we use as a solvent, we use as a coolant, we use for the making electricity. Dilution, yeah, Shreyansh Singhal. Dilution also we are using that. Solvent. In solvent, whenever I talk, substance that can be dissolved. If I am talking about the solvent, substance that can be dissolved is called, okay, dissolve is called solvent. Okay, so that is called a solvent. Coolant, whenever I talk about the World Health Coolant, a liquid which we use for cooling the machine. A liquid which we use for cooling the machine, that is called coolant. Okay, students. So, whenever we talk about that water face acute shortage. Question was that whenever the water shortage is there, then a lot of problems comes. How much water is available? So, you know the earth taken from the space, and that you see why it appears, only you can guess it. This area, the blue area, is having a water. So, in this sea, ocean, river, lake, as a groundwaters and in the atmosphere. Okay, so almost water is not fit for the drinking. So, question arises here, all the water is a fit for drinking? No, because we cannot drink the water of ocean. So, the water is fit for drinking, fresh water. Here is one also activity, all of you do that. Take a medium size of bucket and fill with the water. So, all of you go and bring the one mug, one tub and one glass. Okay, all of you go and bring that. Activity we are going to perform. First point, take a medium sized bucket and fill it up with the water. So, you take a mug, bucket or mug, and fill it with the water. It contains about not the 20 liters, that is, or 1 liter. Okay, 1 liter of water. Here also the second point you do, second points, take a teaspoon of about 5 ml capacity and transfer 100 spoon of water from the buckets or mug to a small container. Like glass. Okay. So do this. Everyone bring it. One mug and then a small container and one spoon and water in a bottle. Do this, my dear. Activity is very simple. If you will do, you will learn. After that, third point, from the bathing mug or from the glass, transfer 30 spoon of water to another glass, tumbler. Okay. Finally, take out the 1/4 spoon full of water from the mug. All of you go and quickly do this. So this is the activity. Take a medium size bucket or the mug. All of you do that activity, you will find out how you are going to be filter the water. Great, you have done. Very nice. Most of the students done. The form of water already we have discussed here. You are just continuous use of the water available. You are just making any cold drink or anything. That time we are using the solid state of that water, that is ice, and millions of years you have seen that this cycle is running. Where you have studied about the water cycle in the class 6 also, and you have write own words that what is the that water cycle. So the solid is clear and liquid and the gaseous form. The students, here is the activity. So the process involved in the water cycle. So you will make this jumble and you will make a poster about this and how this thing happens. So here the one, if I am talking about the one, that is the reason Robert and that afternoon, this word is not clear. So you have to maintain this in a proper sequence and write it properly. Here it is written like dog clause. So it is what? It is T.S. Prantniers, that is what transpiration, and its florence and the nice tears. So that is many things, you know. It's not possible to pronounce clearly, so that you have to arrange it, because sometime whenever the words is different, like I can't tell you that things. So that Regent Warawit and the attorney Vareps, and you try to study and enjoy with that name, Archit Singh. So that is the main points you have to understand. Okay, Archit Singh, what are you doing? So that is a very simple things you have to write in the correct word, and that word you have to enjoy. Thank you so much. The water is drawn, you know, the students, whenever I talk about the nearby, you have seen this is the lady, and this lady is just coming from the very far away. You see that on her head is having this matka, and daughter is here, so you are just in the marsh. So the water is drawn from the nearby lake, students, river, ponds and wells, and the water is supplied through the network of pipe. So many villages, you know, that is not having a water supply system, and you understand that how the peoples are surviving there. What are the problems are just they are facing. Often peoples are even children's also, no. So that is the very big problem. Often the peoples are somewhere is having the very huge amount of the water. So that is also and big problems often, and that children have to walk several kilometers to fetch water. So students, that you must have to understand about several kilometers to fetch waters, and the children suffer a lot. And they're not reaching to the school because they're not taking a bath. So that Vaibhav Verma has raised the hand. I am taking a question of Vaibhav Verma. Yes, Vaibhav Verma, can you tell me? Vaibhav Verma. Okay, Aditya Singh. Aditya Singh. Okay, unnecessary. They have raised the hand. No problem. So Atharv is here. No problem. So often you have seen that people fetch the water directly from the source. So the children suffer a lot and they cannot attend the school regularly since they spend hours in the fetching water. You know, students, in the houses, the women have performed a number of household. Your mother. Can you tell me your mother is performing how many work? Let us see how many is giving the answer. Who will give me that? Your mother is working at house. What is your observation? What work she is doing? Many work. Tell me. Tell me all the work. Cooking. Very good. Ananya Singh, cooking. All the housework. Tell me the Archit, what the housework? Are you helping her? Cleaning. Very good. Washing clothes. Okay. Devjit. Those are given answers, no need to repeat it again. Washing cloth is done. No one will write the washing cloth. Anything else? Washing utensil, okay, agree, Devjit. Dusting, very nice. Are you helping? Muhammad Ars. So from today all of you start helping to your mother. Actually, students, study is not only for just gaining the marks. Study is that helping to each and every one. So if you are helping your mother, you are helping your father, it will make a very good bonding. And your house will become just like a heaven. And you will enjoy in your house, you know. So try to help everyone. Because sometime your mother is also tired, sometime your father is tired, go and make a coffee for them. And you are sometime washing, you go and clean it, also help it out for holding or for doing things. Okay, very good, Devjit. You are helping your mother and father. You are a very good student. And every morning you should touch the feet of your mother and father. Gardening also, okay. In the cooking, suppose that you are just doing something. Everything, students, that is based on that a part of education. It will not come through the another side of education. It comes. Yeah, that is good. Whenever your mother or father is doing something, try to involve yourself and just give some good and the good benefits for them. Great. So large number of people, students, you have drawn the waters from the well and tube. Okay, Saksham Sinha, very good. That is a very nice thing. I will ask with your mother whenever she want to talk to me. You can tell her also, no problem. So large number of people draw the water from the well and the tube well or the hand pumps. So these are, okay, very good, Sagar Sukla. You touch your feet of your mother and father. That's great. Okay, if your mom has fevers, I make a tea for my mom. That's great, Devjit. That's great. And this is also, that is the value education students. Your mother is doing a lot of works for your success, so you must have to pay some attention to your mother and father. It is very important, students. It is a part of life. So that is also comes while they study. So groundwater as an important source of water here. Which is the important source of water, students? So that is here. The groundwater is an important source of water. Okay. So what is that? a particular important source of water, that you know the groundwater is an important source of water. Okay. Students, I am coming on this point. Precipitation, source of the water